right, we have the very beautiful Allie. And let me show you my tool set here. I have a pencil sharpener, an eraser, and a pencil that I use these things until they're almost dead. I love my pencils. Oops. And of course, it helps to have a beautiful woman to draw. Allie, she's unarguably gorgeous. So, what we do here is that we have a few guidelines, and you don't have to do them too hard because you don't want them to show up in the final drawing. You're gonna have to do a little erasing. And there you go. You have the outline for her face, you have the eye line, the mouth line, and a vertical line here. And for me, I like doing the nose first because the nose is kind of in the center. And then from there, I could gauge where everything else belongs. And you'll see I like keeping things super easy. I don't like using expensive tools. I know you could use other pencils, but I just use a plain number 2 pencil. That's it. She's got a nice smile. Look at this pretty smile she has. Beautiful girl. I like beautiful girls. Now, Allie is a mom, and goes to show that a woman can have kids and still be sexy. It's not a valid excuse to let yourself go. And we just start things out here, and you'll see I do a lot of drawing and a lot of erasing. This is actually pretty good for me. I'm usually doing a lot more erasing by now. But like, I think I pronounce his name Joshua Lysick. He said that everything is editing. Same thing with drawing. It's all drawing and editing. So if you make mistakes, that's okay. Just erase. And I made her chin way too big. She doesn't have a chin this big. That's terrible. But you know what? Who cares? Fix it. That's what erasers are for, right? Bam. Just like that. Not a problem. And this method is called hatching. You see simple lines. This is what we do for shading. Very simple. And you could use anything to smear. I'm just using my fingers here because I'm intentionally using as few tools as possible, just showing you that you don't need fancy tools. You could use a paper towel, you could use a napkin, you could use Kleenex, you could use anything for smearing. Paper towels are great. They're probably one of the better things to use. But I'm using my fingers just to show you that you really could use anything. Now once you smear, you have to go over it another time because it kind of slightly erases too. So let's go over this again. Let's give her a little bit darker here. It's such a beautiful girl. And same thing with cooking. Like with cooking, the secret to good cooking is start with good ingredients. The secret to good art when you're doing woman is start with a beautiful woman. See, you could already tell she's pretty. And I just started this. But the goal of this exercise is I want to show you speed. This video is going to be short. And if you want, you can make it as realistic as you want. Just put more time into it. You can even do photorealism. That's totally fine. It's up to you. But we're just having fun here. I'm going for speed. We can start erasing a little bit of these guidelines. That's why I do them really light. So I don't even know if you could see it on the camera, but there were guidelines in there. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I usually do this with music blaring. The last music I was listening to was Paulina Rubio and Tori Amos. I usually listen to classical music or heavy metal. I really like the heavy metal genre, especially from the 80s. But whatever you like, the trick is for you to be relaxed. If that takes a cigarette, some wine, or if you meditate. And to be honest, I don't meditate at all. I think for me, drawing is meditation. This relaxes me. Big time. I'm a type A person. I carry a very high stress level. If I don't work out, my blood pressure goes up. So I have to work out very hard. And this is what keeps me alive. And I mean that literally. I'm not a young person anymore. I shouldn't have stress levels like this. But that's one of the bad things about being a type A person. You need to do something to keep yourself alive. Because you get to be my age and you'll already have several friends of yours who have passed on, which is really sad, but that's just how things are. And this is another benefit of drawing, is that this will get your blood pressure down. A lot of benefits of drawing. Okay, we have her face done. Now let's add some hair in here. And what I do here is her ears are buried. You don't see either of them. She has two ears, but you don't see either of them in this picture. Whereas Katie has curly hair, Allie's is straight, but it's really neat. She's really into her hair, so she does cool things with it. Let's do these. And I don't do every individual hair. You could if you want, but I don't. I just do lead hairs. And we have dark here. It's really dark in this. So you could either draw darker with the pencil, or you could just do it several times. It's up to you. Or you could do a combination of that in order to get that kind of shading. But the other thing I don't like about hyperrealism is I have utmost respect for the artist, don't get me wrong, but it's hard to tell the difference between style, the stylistic differences. So I kind of like what I do because you know right away it's me. I have a style that's distinct. In my drawing course, I kind of teach you how to do your own style by teaching you a bunch of different ways to do things. And it's just like guitar. If you steal from lots and lots of guitars, you'll sound the original. And that kind of sounds counterintuitive, but it's true. The more people you steal from, the more original you sound. Same thing with art. That's why I intentionally teach you lots of different ways in my course how to do things. So you could decide what's your favorite and go from there. All right, now we're starting to look better. I also teach you how to draw with both your wrist and also with your shoulders. And the reason you draw with your shoulders is so you could do these long strokes. The camera's not showing me, but I'm actually drawing with my shoulders instead of my wrists. And you use your wrist for the shorter strokes, for short, accurate strokes. So do both. A combination of both is ideal. This girl's so pretty in real life. I am blessed. I work with 6 models and each one of them is beautiful. I may add a 7th model soon. I have to get along with them though. That's actual hard rule. If we don't get along, I don't care how beautiful she is. It's very important for me to get along because I'm a very social person. I like talking to people. Let's darken her eyes a little. Smear with my fingers. Make the pupils a little bit bigger. And the funny thing, so of all the ironies, is that you darken a little bit of the inside of her eyes to make the white of her eyes even whiter. It's a trick that you do. Because your eyes are very good at seeing contrast. And that comes from the hunter-gatherer days. Is that animal that you're hunting? You want the contrast. That's why camouflage will keep an animal alive. And if their camouflage isn't very good, they're food. So yeah, humans really good at finding contrast. That's one of our strengths. Also, we became the dominant species because we learned to talk. It's very important that you learn to talk. That's the best skill set you could possibly have. I would like to say learning to draw is the most important, but I'd be lying to you. And I don't lie. That's something I just don't do. All right, there she is. Let's make her smile a little bit more. Whoop, just like that. She's got this little cute smile. There, a soft smile, and we're done. If I wanted to, I could spend more time, make her look a little bit more realistic, but the whole point of this exercise is speed. We want to go as fast as possible because you might be one of those people who charges $20 to draw someone's face, and they sit down and you're at the beach, you draw somebody's face, and you have only about 15 to 20 minutes to do it.
Thanks for subscribing.